but I think the web version's coming out soon. So I can DM that to you. Am I pronouncing your name right, by the way?
Okay. You can send it.
Yeah. So for like anyone who just joined, basically what we're doing is we have like 36 people here, which is great, and I love Twitter Space, but the thing that it lacks is that we are counting as one stream with this campground, who's also in the space right now as co-host. Plus, you can hear the music at the same volume as me. So the idea of campground is like if we all go there, we can do a Twitter Space, but it's like Twitter Space meets Spotify. So then basically from there we can just stream the music. We all count as like individual streams. So that's 36 streams for Taylor, as for example, for this specific song. And then we can actually see the streams that we contribute. So it'll have like a number of the streams. So I put it in the tweet, and feel free to download it. I do want to move over soon, so I know a bunch of you guys already downloaded it. But once we do that, we can actually host regular listening parties, and I can send out like the notifications to schedule it in our calendars. But I think we do need to drive streams for Taylor. Evermore did deserve better with that Grammy snub. It wasn't a Grammy snub, but it was like...
Oh, you want to talk about Grammy snubs?
I was like, I don't know where to go with this conversation, but that that hurt me. And I wonder if it's like because Taylor didn't promote Evermore as much. So it's like it didn't even get as much streams. And I just wonder if that's what took her away from like a second win in a row.
Well, I mean, BTS has had Grammy snubs as well.
Wait, you should talk about that.
Oh, God. I mean, I made a rant video on YouTube about it, and my face is hot just thinking about how upsetting it is. But,
oh my God.
It's going to happen.
Wait, you made a YouTube video?
Yeah. But
oh my gosh. Is this on your Twitter?
No, it was on my YouTube from the last one, and
okay.
I mean, the sentiment still stands that they're like completely used to promote the show and get all the viewers, and then they're just like, oh, that's okay.
Well, I think like the thing with BTS, right? It's like what you said. They have such an engaged fan group. Like I've never seen anyone go as hard when it comes to streaming as those fans do. And I do give them credit because like us as Swifties, like we like, I guess like Taylor Swift is consumed on Spotify and Apple Music like nonchalantly, but like they actually consciously stream BTS music for the sake of getting their artist ahead. So it's a lot of like these award shows will use them as clout because it's support, like they are engaged and they support their favorite, band.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and people are interested, like the music's good. They know that they are a huge draw, but I guess they're just like still not ready to take that next step. But we'll see. BTS they've changed record labels. I don't think we're going to be seeing the same type of, I like to call it a little bit of like commercial pop music that they've been putting out recently because of their last label. And now I think they're going to have a little bit more freedom to make the music that they want to make. And we're going to see what they come back with in June. So hopefully the next time, even though it's kind of like we don't care about the Grammys as much anymore because they've screwed us over so many times.
Yeah, that's actually really good insight. I like that. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the YouTube video now after this because I'm actually curious to hear your thoughts.
I had to bite my tongue because people see it, people twist words, like they clip out parts. Last year they were up against, it was Ariana and Lady Gaga's duet. Uh-huh. And of course I got like absolutely dragged by Lady Gaga's fandom because one guy who runs one of her fandoms like watched my video, clipped it out, and then tried to like change the meaning to make it sound like I'm saying I hate I think Lady Gaga's like garbage or something, which isn't true. Like, I like both of those artists. I just was saying I didn't think they deserved to beat BTS.
Oh yeah.
But that's, not the way he did it. And then everyone was attacking me. So that's fine.
Well, but I feel like those opinions are valid, like your opinion, because it's just like you can love an artist and they might not win, but you're allowed to feel what you feel because you're such like a diehard fan.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt when Evermore lost. Like, was it like a really slim chance that it would win? Yes, I knew that going in.
Yeah.
And was I upset when Jump or however you say his name, I can't pronounce that, but when he won, I was like, oh, I didn't realize his music was so popular, but it's not about that. I think it's like it comes to that committee at the Grammys, and it's like,
Yes, exactly.
yeah. Which
It's
is
really like
actually,
not
like a
about
bunch of old
popularity
white
at
men.
all.
So
Yeah. I mean, I think they need to shake up the committee. I think these people might just be a little too old school, and
oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's why I like what's that award show? It's like the American Music Award, or no, the Billboard Award, Music Award. That is actually driven by what streams fans contribute to their artists.
yeah, the BBMAs, right?
Yes, the BMAs. It's actually like Taylor does really well with that because again, it goes back to streams.
Yeah. How does iHeartRadio do their show?
I wonder if I actually don't know because doesn't the radio control, like, does the radio when they scream, like, does it count as a stream if I like were to turn on my car and hit on the radio? Like, am I an individual contributor?
Well, I think that would work for the real charts.
Yeah.
That's how they used to keep track. Yeah, they definitely know how many people are listening to the radio like at once, and they know what songs are popular and whatnot.
Yeah.
But most people aren't really listening on the radio, right? You get in and your phone like hooks up to your speaker. Fun
Well,
story.
I'm thinking like it
I
must be
met
like
Taylor
radio
at
stream.
the iHeart Awards.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in 2015, I was the trophy girl.
Oh my god!
I met her. She's so tall, by the way. Or
Wait,
maybe I'm just
Taylor,
really short.
like Taylor herself. You met her.
Yeah, I was the trophy girl. I was on stage handing out trophies.
Wait, was she like really sweet and nice and like what was your
Yeah,
like,
she was kind of flustered because of what was going on, and she was being like rushed. She won an award. I gave her the trophy, and then we like walked off stage, and there's all these people like running at her backstage, like getting her ready and trying to put her back at her table. And so I didn't really get to like talk to her, but I like was guiding her back to her table, and I was just like in awe. She's so
oh my
tall,
god.
pretty. She's
Well,
got
I
great
guess
skin.
can you really talk in that capacity to Taylor or no?
No, not really.
Yeah, is it like against like there's rules, right?
Well, I mean, I was the trophy girl, so I was backstage. I think our host was Nick Jonas that year,
Yeah.
and so like I was talking to them, but this was during the broadcast, so I couldn't really, there's not much to say. I was like, congrats.
It's because the camera is consistently on her, so that's like
Yeah.
if you're talking to her, you're distracting her from like the photo shoot or whatever. I'm sure there's a bunch of paparazzi, but everything in music, media, that world is completely like not fabricated, but it's like to the T, just like radio is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like with what was it? It was like I was invited. It was like she did this thing, like she invites fans a lot through like Taylor Nation. But I got like a VIP to her Amazon Prime, and I think it was like 2019, like a few months or like maybe a year before the pandemic hit. So I was front row, but like everything is about that camera, like the camera that's going around because it was live streaming on Amazon Prime. So if you're like an Amazon Prime member, So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
had to just be so wary of like I had no idea, and like people will send me gifs and memes of like me because she was doing the she was doing like the bridge of I Knew You Were Trouble, which is really important, and then some for some stupid reason they had to like go to do the clips of the fans in the front row, and like there's me, and that's the one time I took out my phone to take a video so it looks like I'm not amused at all.
Oh
Whereas like I'm
no.
concentrated taking like a video of the I Knew You Were Trouble bridge. That's really funny. But yeah, that's why the camera is really important. You can't really you have to always be prepared, so you can't always talk or you can't always be distracted.
Especially in that type of environment, there's so many cameras. You don't know which one is working, which one's on, which one's filming,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you show up like looking crazy or doing something like looking distracted on your phone.
Oh yeah, like cuz the camera will never once it's live, once everything is out there in the world, you can never take it back. So it's scary, but yeah, even like you as the trophy girl, like I would have never thought to speak to Taylor because I would have been scared. Either distracting Taylor when she's on camera or like I'm like people are like, who is that person?
It, I know you can, if you watch back the clips, you can see me in the background of like the entire show because I'm on. It's a small stage, and I
Yeah.
was on the stage with everyone who's winning an award. And so first I would hold the trophy, then I would hold the mic, and then I would hand them like either the trophy or the mic, and then I would usher them off stage back to their seat. And it's like I'm standing there like, what do I do with my hands? You know?
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. When you're holding the trophy, it's great because you can use both hands. But then after you give them the trophy and they're giving their speech, I'm just standing behind them, just kind of like, I'm so awkward.
Aw, I love that. It's,
Fun.
it's moments like that though that are memorable, even if they're awkward. So
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
that's awesome. I did also pause the music on the campground Twitter space because for anyone who's just joined, I feel like it's useful if we just go to the campground app. So I'm just gonna keep promoting it, but and feel free to come up and talk, but I think it's easier if we just go to the campground app and talk there so we can listen to the music. That's what I did last time for those of you who were in the last space. I'm also like inviting some people to speak, so come up with the mic. I like this is actually really cool that 40 of you guys are here listening on a Thursday night. um, but download the campground app. Just like the tweet once you have, or like retweet the tweet that I highlighted. Let me highlight the main one that we want. Hang on.
Yeah, Campground is an amazing app for music lovers and especially people who like to stream for their favorite artists. We have communities. It's such a new app, but we've been setting up communities. I requested one for the BTS Army, and of course, she has one for the Swifties. I think it's called Swiftchella, and,
Yeah.
which is such a cute name. But it's so great because unlike this and like people who do the same thing on Clubhouse, um, all of our streams count individually, even though we're listening together. And so, like, if there's 100 of us, we're giving them 100 streams for the song, and you can host like a streaming party when, say, like BTS puts out their next album, or we just want to boost Jungkook for the day. Like you can set streaming parties and have the room going and have all the different people in there. You can chat, hang out, and the community stays, you know, so you always have like people who love the same type of music as you just in there vibing.
Yeah, and I think that's really important because the like when you guys download the app, we can actually like what Jessica was saying, it's not just the community, but you're I think the biggest component too is like you're also able to talk and engage like Twitter Spaces, but when we play the audio, we can actually stream and see transparency into the number of streams that we're bringing towards Taylor or whichever fan group that you're interested in. There's like a community on there for it, or you can request a community. So, and I agree completely with Jessica. It's a really cool app, and honestly, as Swifties, And for streaming or listening parties, it's definitely a way for us to push streams for Taylor. So that's why I cut the audio in this, so it's easier to hear Jessica and I. But and then like feel free to come up to the mic, guys, like if any of you want to talk. But I did highlight the tweet on and it has the link, so just retweet it and I'll follow you back. And then once I know that, then we can all move. Like let's say if you retweet it, that means that you've downloaded the app, and I think that's a better way for me to tell than the emojis. And then I'll follow you back on the Campground app, and then we can go from there. Oh, hey, MJ. I see we have him in the chat. I'm going to invite him to speak, although I don't think he will.
In this chat or on Campground's chat?
On this chat. But MJ, are you in Campground?
Yeah, it's hard. You can't be on both apps. Well, listening. You can listen in Campground and just be on Twitter, but you can't be in a Twitter space and listen.
Oh, okay, wait. So I'm thinking, should I just wait, okay. I'm thinking, okay, should we just try to promote the tweet and then go listen in Campground?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Okay, so everyone, all 35 of you, the tweet that I highlighted, go download the app. I'm going to meet you there and I'll follow you guys back, but at least we can drive streams that way.
Yeah. If you
just
need Spotify or Apple Music, both work. And then you can just be hanging out, listening. The music is like so much better with talking. Like it's not disruptive and it sounds super clear. They did an amazing job.
Yeah, we can actually see transparency into the streams and have a for this Thursday night. So 30 of you go. I'm going to retweet the tweet again. So just download it and then I'll meet you guys there. And then DM me once you have downloaded it. I'd love to follow you or like talk to you and like just hear your feedback for like as Swifties, like what app we should be using. But I'm going to end the space and we're going to go to Campground and I'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
Well,
same for BTS. I'll see y'all there too. Thanks for being. Bye, guys.